Hello everyone, let's do a super quick revision of class 11th chemistry chapter 1, some basic concepts of chemistry. Plug in your headphones and listen carefully to directly learn and write in exam. Let's start. So what is chemistry? Chemistry is the branch of science that deals with the study of matter, its composition, structure, properties and the changes it undergoes during chemical reactions. Importance of chemistry. Chemistry plays a vital role in daily life. It helps in development of new materials like polymers, alloys, drugs, fertilizers, and fuels. It is also crucial in understanding biological processes such as digestion, respiration. In agriculture, chemistry provides chemical fertilizers and pesticides, while in medicine it contributes to life-saving drugs. Environmental chemistry helps in pollution control and development of green chemistry techniques for sustainable living. So what is matter and its classification? Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Based on physical state, it is classified into solids, liquids and gases. Solids have definite shape and volume. Liquids have definite volume but no fixed shape. Gases have neither definite shape nor definite volume and are highly compressible. Based on composition, matter can be pure substances or mixtures. Pure substances can be divided into two types: elements or compounds. Elements made up of only one type of atom. Compounds can contain two or more elements chemically combined in fixed ratio. Mixtures can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Homogeneous have uniform composition. Heterogeneous mixtures do not have uniform composition. Properties of matter and their measurement. Properties are either physical or chemical. Physical properties can be observed without changing the chemical identity, melting point, density, etc. Chemical properties describe the ability to undergo chemical change, reaction with acids. Measurements involve two types of quantities: quantitative, measured numerically like mass and volume, and qualitative means observed without numbers like color, order, etc. Every measurement has two parts, a number and a unit. What are units of measurement? To measure a quantity accurately, we use standard units. The SI system, International System of Units, is most widely accepted. Length is measured in meter. SI unit of length is meter. Mass kg, time second, temperature Kelvin, electric current ampere, amount of substance mole, luminous intensity candela. Derived units derived from base units. For example, volume has unit meter cube, density kg per meter cube, velocity meter per second, pressure Pascal. Uncertainty in measurements. All measurements involve some error or uncertainty. These are of two main types: systematic errors and random errors. Systematic errors occur due to faulty instruments or wrong techniques. Random errors caused by unpredictable fluctuations in experimental conditions. To express accuracy, two main terms are used: accuracy and precision. Accuracy is how close a measured value to the true value, and precision means how close repeated measurements are to each other. For example, if true mass is 2.00 gram, then readings 2.01, 2.00 gram, 1.99 gram are accurate and precise. And the readings 1.95, 1.96, 1.94 gram are precise because these are close repeated measurements, but these are not close to true value. So these are precise but not accurate. Next are significant figures. Significant figures show the precision of a measured value. They include all known digits plus one uncertain digit. For rules, all non-zero digits are significant. For example, 23.45 has 4 significant figures. Number 2, zeros between non-zero digits are significant. For example, 2005 has 4 significant figures. Number 3, leading zeros are not significant. For example, 0.0045 has 2 significant figures. Trailing zeros after decimal point are significant. For example, 2.300 has 4 significant figures. Next is scientific notation. Numbers in chemistry can be very large or small. To handle them easily, we use scientific notation or exponential form. A number written in the form n into 10 to the power n, where capital N lies between 1 to 10 and the small n is an integer. For example, 602,00000 can be written as 6.02 into 10 to the power 23. And another example is 0.0000314 can be written as 3.14 into 10 to the power minus 7. This form helps in quick calculation and maintaining correct significant figures. Next are laws of chemical combination. Chemical reactions always follow fixed patterns and obey certain laws. These laws form the foundation of stoichiometry. First law is law of conservation of mass given by Lavoisier. Mass can neither be created nor destroyed in chemical reaction. Total mass of reactant is equal to the total mass of products. Next is law of definite proportions given by Proust. A given compound always contains same elements in the same proportion by mass. For example, water always have 11.1% hydrogen and 88.9% oxygen by mass irrespective of source. Next is law of multiple proportions given by Dalton. If two elements combine to form more than one compound, the masses of one element that combine with the fixed mass of the other are in simple whole number ratios. For example, CO and CO2. 12 gram of carbon combines with 6 gram, 16 gram and 32 grams of oxygen. Means 16 is to 32, that is 1 is to 2, which is a simple ratio. Next is law of reciprocal proportions given by Richter. The masses of different elements which combine separately with the same mass of a third element are in same ratio as the masses in which they combine with each other. Next is Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volumes. When gases react together, they do so in volumes which bear a simple whole number ratio to each other and to the volumes of products if gaseous under same temperature and pressure. For example, H2 plus Cl2 give rise to 2HCl. 1 volume plus 1 volume give rise to 2 volume, which is 1 is to 1 is to 2 ratio. Next is Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton's explained the above laws using his atomic theories. Matter consists of indivisible atoms. All atoms of an element are identical in mass and properties. Atoms of different elements have different masses and properties. Compounds are formed when atoms of different elements combine in simple whole number ratios. Chemical reactions involve rearrangement of atoms. Atoms are neither created nor destroyed. Limitation: atoms are divisible, and isotopes or isobars show atoms of same element can differ in mass. Atomic and molecular masses. Atomic mass is the average of relative mass of an atom of an element compared with 1/12 of the mass of one atom of carbon-12 isotope. It has no units because it is a relative term, but the units used for convenience is the atomic mass unit, that is AMU, which is equal to 1/12 of the mass of one carbon-12 atom, which is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to power minus 27 kg. hydrogen's mass is 1.008 AMU, oxygen's mass is 16.00 AMU. Molecular mass, it is the sum of the atomic masses of atom present in the molecule. Uh, So formula is molecular mass equals to sum of atomic masses of all atoms in the molecule. Water has two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. So 2 into 1.008 plus 16.00 give rise to 18.016 AMU. It is the molecular mass of water. Next is formula unit mass for ionic compounds like an NaCl, KNO3. We use formula unit mass instead of molecular mass because they don't exist as individual molecules. For NaCl, it is 58.5 AMU. Then is mole concept and Avogadro's constant. The mole is the central concept in chemistry that connects to the microscopic world of atoms and molecules to the macroscopic world of grams and meters. 1 mole of a substance is the amount that contains as many particles, atoms, molecules or ions as there are in exactly 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope. The number of entities in 1 mole is called Avogadro constant, that is represented by Na, which is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles per mole. These are some relations. 1 mole of the substance contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 entities, and molar mass in grams and volume of 22.4 liter at STP. For gases, molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of the substance and is numerically equal to the molecular or atomic mass expressed in grams per mole. Water, for example, molar mass of water is 18.02 gram per mole. Carbon dioxide, it is 44.01 gram per mole. Next is relationship between mass, moles and number of particles. These relations are frequently used in numerical problems. And n is number of moles, that is equals to given mass upon molar mass. Next is number of particles equals to n number of moles into Avogadro's number. Given mass can be calculated by number of moles multiplied by molar mass. Next is volume of gas at STP. According to Avogadro's law, equal volume of gases contain equal number of molecules under same conditions of temperature and pressure at STP, that is 0 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere. 1 mole of any gas occupies 22.4 liter. Next is percentage composition. Percentage composition tells us how much of each element is present by mass in a compound. Percentage of element is equal to mass of element in 1 mole of compound divided by molar mass of compound multiplied by 100. For example, find percentage composition of water H2O. Molar mass of water is 18 gram per mole. For hydrogen, the mass is 2 grams, and for oxygen mass is 16 grams. So percentage of hydrogen can be calculated as 2 divided by 18 multiplied by 100, that is 11.1%, and percentage of oxygen is 16 divided by 18 multiplied by 100, which is equal to 88.89%. Then is empirical and molecular formula. Empirical formula, it gives the simplest whole number ratio of atoms of different elements in a compound. Molecular formula, it shows the actual number of atoms of each element in one molecule of a compound. Relation between them is molecular formula is equals to n into empirical formula, where n equals to molecular mass upon empirical formula mass. If empirical formula is CH2 and molecular mass is 28, then empirical formula mass is 14. So n can be calculated by molecular mass divided by empirical formula mass. So which is 28 divided by 14, which is equals to 2. So n is 2. So molecular formula can be calculated by n multiplied by empirical formula. So 2 into CH2, it gives molecular formula, that is C2H4. Next is Stoichiometry and stoichiometric calculations. Stoichiometry is the quantitative relationship between reactants and products in a chemical reaction. Mm, Balanced chemical equations are used to determine mass-mass relationship, mass-volume relationship, volume-volume relationship. For example, 2H2 plus O2 give rise to 2H2. This is the balanced chemical equation. It means 2 mole of H2 react with 1 mole of O2 to give 2 mole of H2O. It means 4 grams of H2 reacts with 32 grams of O2 to give 36 grams of water. Next is limiting reagent. In a chemical reaction, the reactant that is completely consumed first and limits the formation of products is called limiting reagent. Other reactants that remain unaffected are called excess reagents. For example, N2 plus 3H2 give rise to 2NH3. If 1 mole N2 reacts with 2 mole of H2, according to the equation, 1 mole N2 needs 3 mole of H2. Since 2 mole of H2 is available, it means H2 is the limiting reagent and N2 is in excess. Next are concentrations of solutions. Solutions are homogeneous mixtures of solute and solvent. Concentrations express the amount of solute present in given quantity of solution. Common methods to express concentration are mass percent, volume percent, mole fraction, molarity, molality. These are the formula used to calculate these concentration terms. Then there are some important numericals. For example, in numerical 1, calculate the number of moles of 9 grams of water. So we know the number of moles can be calculated by given mass divided by molar mass. So given mass is 9, molar mass of water is 18. So 9 divided by 18 is 0.5 mole. Numerical 2, calculate the mass of 2 moles of carbon dioxide. So given mass can be calculated by n multiplied by the molar mass, number of moles multiplied by the molar mass, that is 2 into 44, which is 88 grams. These are then there are other important numericals that you can study. Then there are some conceptual questions and answers. For example, why do we need to balance chemical equations? Why do gases have low density and high compressibility? What is the difference between precision and accuracy? Why is mole concept important in chemistry? Define limiting reagent with an example. What is Avogadro's law? What is empirical formula of glucose? What is meant by molarity and molarity? Why are ionic compounds expressed as formula units instead of molecules? What is the meant by 1 mole of sodium chloride? These are very important questions. That's all for chapter 1. If you found this helpful, make sure to watch other chapters and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more quick chemistry revisions. Stay tuned with Deep Chemistry.